Hello everyone, sorry for the lack of updates. Well, we're back in England now and we didn't really feel like recording any videos, or we haven't since we got over the border really. Just kind of reflecting on stuff, haven't we? Yeah. Kind of coming to terms with everything that happened, and then when we got back to England we tested positive for COVID as well. So Katia got it and then she gave it to me. And then we gave it to my mum as a nice Mother's Day gift as well. So we've been recovering from that and we're still a bit snivelly. But yeah, we felt really bad for a few days, but then it kind of got better, didn't it? But, yeah. So yeah, we're in England and today the sun's out. So we've actually still got our winter jackets. These are the only jackets we've got. But you know, this is British sun, so it's a bit cooler, let's say, than what is it, about 15 degrees maybe today, something like that. So yeah, it's all still a bit surreal, the whole kind of situation. We still kind of flinch when we hear the kind of a sound which sounds like a bomb or something. We kind of, you know, or a car alarm, and it sounds like a siren or something, so it'll take a while, I think, before we can fully relax. And of course we're lucky compared to most people, you know, and people still in Ukraine and the horrible situation still in Ukraine, you know, the awful events yesterday in Kramatorsk, and then before that obviously the horrible things uncovered in Bucha. But anyway, I just wanted to record this video really just to say thank you to anyone who helped us on our journey from Kiev to the UK. So, I mean, I might forget some people, my wife will remind me. So we had the nice man from our apartment complex, didn't we, who drove us to the other side of Kiev through all the traffic jams and the barricades and got us to a nice family who then kind of put us up for the night. And then they drove us to this middle of nowhere town, didn't they? What was the name of the town? Ladizhen, in the middle of nowhere. And then someone else who then drove us to a railway station to get us onto a train to Lviv, where we spent then 12 hours, didn't we, with you throwing up. And also I should say that the baby's fine. I should have started with that really. And my wife is feeling much better. Aren't you?
Yeah.
So
I don't feel like I'm gonna die.
Yeah, she doesn't feel like she's gonna die now, which is good. And the baby's fine. And we've listened to the heartbeat as well, so that's cool. So yeah, we spent 12 hours then on that train to Lviv, and then we got to Lviv and we stayed with a friend, Tom, who I used to work with in Odessa. So yeah, we're grateful to Tom, and also Nastya, one of my students in Lviv, who found us a ride to the border, so we didn't have to sit on a bus. Then we walked over the border. That took us about, I don't know, 2.5 hours maybe. Yeah. Well, I say we walked over the border. We got over the Ukrainian side, and then my wife, you almost collapsed, didn't you? So yeah, we spoke to the Polish border guard, and he went and got a wheelchair, and then Katia was wheeled over the border like the Queen.
They were very helpful.
They were, weren't they? They were really good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so yeah, she was wheeled over, and then she was put in an ambulance. They checked her over, and then she was driven over the last part of the border in an ambulance. So much help. Yeah, when we got over the Polish border, people were great. They they provided us with food and drink, and there were free buses. So from the border we got onto a kind of like, you know, city bus or something, I suppose you'd call it, and then they drove us to this kind of like an industrial shopping centre sort of complex where there was like a refugee centre, and I've got some photos. I'll add some photos onto the video. So yeah, then we went there. We spent about an hour there. We had coffee and had a little lie down. You had some soup.
I think it was the best soup I've ever had in my life.
The best soup, yeah. Yeah, you needed that soup, didn't you? And and then we got a free coach to Warsaw. And again, yeah, they just laid it on for people. The Polish government, provided free transport for people who've come over the border, which is really good. They're not doing that in England, for example. If you want to get on a bus in England, you have to pay. But we'll get on to the British situation in a minute. But then we got to Warsaw, and then my good friend Andrew, or our good friend Andrew, put us up in a hostel in a nice room, and then found us an apartment. A very kind man named Michael, who allowed us to stay in his apartment for free for a week. So yeah, people have been so great. They've made life so much easier for us, haven't they?
Yeah.
I think it helped that Katia looked like a zombie and that she was about to die as well. Which was not good for you, was it? But
literally, people were just walking up on the street asking how I was, offering help. They didn't know I was Ukrainian, but they saw that I wasn't very well, and they were all willing to help.
No, they were. It was really good. Yeah. So yeah, these people all helped us, and then finally we got to England, but not before we had to endure the UK visa process, which is appalling, I would say, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
It's just unbelievable, and people are still waiting now in the UK. Hi. Do you want to go over first? So we're just going over a little wall here, and I'll turn the camera around. There you go. My wife walking over the wall. So it's actually quite nice out today. The sun's out. It looks really nice down here. The little boats. So yeah, the UK visa process is just ridiculous. We applied, and then we waited.
Yeah, they can see. Just the cameras.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my wife says people can't see me. Because you want to see. Have you noticed actually? I haven't shaved, and the stress, and I've got like grey in my beard. No, you haven't got any grey hairs though, darling.
Oh, thank God.
So so we applied, and then we waited, and then finally 2 days later we got a notification saying your application has been received. So it took 2 days to receive it. And even though it was submitted online, and all the documents were submitted online as well, but apparently it takes 2 days for them to read it. And then we waited. We'd already booked a flight, and then we decided, well, we're not going to get that flight. So we cancelled that, didn't we? Well, we didn't cancel it because to move it was 4 times the price of the original flight. So well done, Ryanair. It costs people more to move a flight than it does to buy a new one. So then we bought a new flight for the next week, and then we thought, well, we're not going to get that either because it was taking time. And then my friend in the UK, Paul, contacted our local MP to try to speed up the process, and they were concerned, probably also because Katia was pregnant, and they contacted the Home Office and they got things moving a bit quicker, and then we were able to get to the airport and get the flight. But yeah, so then we got to England, and then actually when we got to the airport in Poland and discovered that the passport number was wrong, didn't we?
Yeah.
And the guy, we thought, oh God, he's not going to let us on the flight. It's like the last 3 digits of the passport number were kind of the wrong way round. So, but luckily he contacted someone and they let us on the flight. But that would have really topped everything off, wouldn't it, if we hadn't got on the flight. So yeah, we got to England, got COVID, gave my mother COVID, recovered, and now we're here on a nice day, aren't we? So yeah, that's what we've been up to. Have I left anyone out?
Well, I suppose it's worth mentioning that Paul came to pick us up.
Ah, yes, Paul and Karen.
His wife Karen.
Yeah.
And, yeah, we spent 2 hours in the car, and told them, oh, don't worry, I'm coughing, but it's not COVID. I got tested on like 2 days ago, and then it was COVID. But thank God they're fine.
They didn't get it, did they?
No, they didn't.
And Andrew, I don't think got it either. Our friend in Poland, so they were lucky. We only gave it to my mum, and she was unlucky, unfortunately. So yeah, thanks to Paul and Karen as well for coming to pick us up and potentially getting COVID, but not getting COVID. So they were very lucky.
Thank you.
And yeah, if anyone else helped us and we haven't mentioned you or we've forgotten about you, then we are grateful to everyone for this thing. And we only hope that the situation in Ukraine improves soon and people, we've still got, obviously my wife's family are still living, still there. And we hope things will calm down soon. And we hope that, that some remnants of a peace process can begin, and a realistic peace process as well, not one where the Russians decide they want everything their way, because it's just not going to happen. So yeah, we're hoping that things will change, and when they do, we'll go back. We're back to our flat. We've still got our flat in Kiev. We hope to return, as soon as possible. So anyway, we're going to go for a nice little walk now in the sun, and then to Tesco's. God, the prices in the UK are astronomical now. It's unbelievable. We can't believe how expensive it is here now. We've priced ourselves out of Britain, but anyway. All right, so that's us. That's our update. So all the best. See you soon.